Hi, sisters! James Charles here, and welcome back. No? Is that not funny anymore?
It's funny for other people, just for me, it's so old. You can put it. It's fine.
Hey, everybody. Today I'm going... Wait. Shut up! Hey, everybody. Today I'm here with my friend Koen, and we're going to talk about high school.
Hello.
We graduated this year, and we're going to tell some stories and give some advice. Oh, yeah, this is our second time recording because the first time it deleted.
Yeah, that 40 minutes of audio just threw itself in the garbage.
How'd you two meet?
We met in child development. I think it was sophomore year.
Freshman is 9th grade, sophomore is 10th grade, junior is 11th grade, and senior is 12th grade.
So when we were in high school, they didn't have like the freshman as part of high school yet, so it was just sophomore and up.
So we were in this child development class in our sophomore year, and I thought you hated me.
Yeah, you sat behind me, and then I would turn around and talk to like the people you sat by. Yeah. And then you would kind of like chime in sometimes, and apparently I made fun of you.
I put red eyeshadow on one day, and then you were so mean. You're a little...
I know I was mean, but I don't remember it.
I had red eyeshadow on, and you were like, what is that? The Kylie Jenner Christmas collection? And I was like, I guess? What?
I don't know how you remember
I don't know what's
this.
going on.
I don't know how you remember it. Like, I literally have no
Because it hurt my feelings, that's how I remember it.
I love how I was such like a little female dog.
Yeah, why am I friends with you?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm so rude. I think I'm a nice person. Do not put that in.
What was the incident at your high school?
Oh, well, we didn't really have an incident, but there were a lot of girls that got pregnant.
And by a lot, that means 3.
Our school's small.
And I remember at the practicing thing for a graduation walk, they were like, don't bring any children because they're just gonna scream and cry and they won't want to sit still for 2 hours, so get a babysitter. And then when our actual thing was going, people's names were being called up, I was sitting there and I heard babies crying and I was like, oh my god, who brought their mother frick baby? And I was like, oh, it's those 2 girls as babies.
But it's like, we're gonna babysit their children. Their moms came to their graduation.
Just leave it home with the dog. What else are you gonna do with the baby? Like, carry it on with you on stage?
If I had a kid, I would carry my baby across the stage. Like, why would I not? Like, if I birthed a child out of my body, why would I not carry it across the stage, like, at high school? Or I'd tape it to my graduation cap. I just sit my baby up there. I go to throw my cap and just throw him like an infant. I'm like, oh darn, I forgot my baby's on there.
Okay, most embarrassing moment.
I didn't really have any embarrassing moments from. Did you?
The whole year was embarrassing for me.
I feel that. Like when you cried in the bathroom and that girl was also in there. I think that is the funniest thing ever. But I didn't really have any embarrassing moments. Probably the most embarrassing... Well, it's not even embarrassing. It was just probably the dumbest thing I did.
Yeah.
I vaped on the bus at the senior field trip. Like I was in the back of the bus, like just blowing fat clouds.
Daddy ghost, bro.
And then I got really nervous because I was like, oh, there are cameras on this bus. Like they're not going to let me walk and graduate. I did though. I graduated. We're good. Watch the school call me and they call the police because it's like a crime that I was vaping on school property. I didn't actually vape. This is a joke.
Not only that, but when we went on the trip to the amusement park, this one girl had her Juul with her. Oh yeah, just like waiting in lines, just.
We're in graduation and we have like very similar names. So like I sat right next to her. She has like a lei. Her Juul is tied to her lei. She takes her Juul off, puts it in her graduation sleeve, and just starts like vaping. Like why people's names are being called. I will never get over it. That is my favorite high school memory. It's just her vaping at graduation. Not even graduation practice. Just straight up at graduation.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen a teacher do?
Like a weird thing they said.
Yeah, our art teacher is a dork.
He's really funny, but he is a dork.
I was his favorite, but I was his TA for senior year. A TA is a teacher's assistant. I didn't have to paint or anything, so I just stood around goofing off, you know? But you weren't, and you would try and goof off with me.
Well,
and then
for half the year, I goofed off with you, and then he caught me and was like, Koen, how many paintings do you have done? And I was like, what? I was like, I have like maybe one. It's been like 4 months. And he's like, what do you mean one?
The year before that, I would paint with Koen because I wasn't a TA. So I would just still goof off and I would like get paintings done, but I like wouldn't work on them all the time.
Well, he didn't even check our paintings that year.
There were only like 5 people in that class, but I would like back up and I would just like talk to the other chick that was with us in that class. And then he comes in and I thought he was going to yell at me for not being by my painting, but he yells at you and he's like, why don't you step away from your painting? Like Kelsey over there. Look at her. She's looking at her painting as a whole. You gotta step back.
I was like, Kelsey's literally staring out the window. What do you mean? He would come in the class and like I would be sitting there like working hard on a painting and Kelsey literally just has like a fat paintbrush and she's just slapping paint on this canvas to give it texture so she can paint over it. He walks over, like looks at Kelsey's painting and is like, wow, it's so like inspirational. Like it really like serves like a purpose.
Yeah.
And then he walks by and he looks at me and he's like, when are you gonna start painting? And I was like, I'm literally painting right now. And he's like, sure. And walked away. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I literally paint more than she does.
It looks at yours. It's like
He
an
throws
actual
up on it. He's like, puh. I was like, what was the weirdest thing we ever saw a teacher do? And then we went on a rant about our art teacher.
The thing I was getting to originally was last year we had like an inside joke. He would just say, my spoon is too big. Like all the time.
I never thought it was funny.
I didn't either at first.
I still don't. I would just like laugh. I'd be like, I'm so confused right now.
I didn't think it was funny at first. I was like, how does he think this is funny? And then I was like, you know what? That was kind of funny. Just like ironically.
At the end, it was kind of funny, but at the front, I was like, what is going on?
So then when I was graduating and I was handing out my graduation announcements, I gave him a gift so he could remember me. And I gave him a giant spoon.
Like the giant spoons that's on like your aunt's wall.
Anyway, I gave him a giant spoon and hung it up on his wall.
I thought you were going to talk about our food and nutrition teacher being like, I don't believe in paper plates.
So we had food and nutrition. The only thing I really learned how to cook was how to boil chicken so that it becomes dry.
Yeah, she was like, we're going to boil chicken today. And I was like, what?
Straight up no seasoning.
What did we even put it in?
I don't know.
Did we just boil chicken?
I remember we would like make cookies and stuff and we would be like, well, we're the last hour. We don't have time to do dishes because some of us ride the bus. So can we just like use paper plates and like take home the leftovers and stuff? And she didn't have paper plates. And when I asked her why she doesn't have paper plates, she was like, I don't believe in them.
Yeah, so we'd just eat off tinfoil.
Yeah.
We'd fold tinfoil into like plates and just eat out of that.
I remember I was convinced that she was a lizard.
I remember that.
Have you had any funny stories regarding the bathroom? You mentioned that earlier. I don't remember what I was sad about, but I was in yearbook and my friend Noelle was with me in there and I was like, I'm about to cry.
I had to do it to him.
So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, bye. And I walk into the nearest bath, and then I get in there, and there's already some chick crying. She's on the phone, and I was just like, oh man, I just walked in here. I can't just walk back out. So I go in there. I pretend to pee. I pretended I had to pee.
You should have just walked out.
She saw me. We made eye contact. And then I was like, oh, now I gotta pretend I gotta wash my hands because I went pee and she's gonna think that I'm gross if I don't wash my hands.
You had a full, like, moral issue. Also, boys' bathrooms are disgusting. Like, there's just, like, piss everywhere. I'm dead serious. You walk into a boys' bathroom and there's just puddles of like pee on the floor. Your shoes get wet. Like it's disgusting.
Ew.
So I would only use like the bathrooms that no one else used. I used the ones that you would like cry in.
I remember I was running an errand for the art teacher. As I was coming back, there were these two boys in front of me and they like looked at each other.
They like smirked.
And then they walk into the bathroom and I was like, okay, that's kind of sus. So then I walked back into the art room and I was like, I think I just saw two boys like give a look at each other and go to the bathroom.
And my first thought, obviously, was like, oh my god, they're gonna have sex in this bathroom. And then everyone else was like, oh my god, they're going to Jewel in the bathroom. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what I meant.
There was a question that says, what's one thing a freshman shouldn't do? And I think that's date seniors. Because when I was a senior, my brother was a freshman, and people would think that me and him are dating. And
I don't like that either.
Disgusting!
I don't really care if they date seniors, because they don't, like, make out in the hallways. That's the only thing that bothers me. Date who you want, just don't make out in the diggity darn hallways.
Another thing about freshmen and seniors dating, the only reason seniors date freshmen, I think, is because none of the other seniors will date them.
Or the freshmen are easy.
Oh, wig in the rafters.
My wig, the rafters.
That should have been your senior quote.
It really should have. That was a good one. Mine was, so here's the tea, sis. I graduated or whatever. Like, a sister really went and snapped. Watch me make that my senior quote, and then I didn't graduate. Like, I wouldn't have graduated. I would have been like, that's what I get.
Will high school be easier than middle school?
I have less homework in high school.
Junior high is like, here's all this homework. I'm preparing you for high school. High school be like,
write this paper, but you can do it in class. And if you don't do it at home, I'll give you another, 2 weeks to do it. Middle school is just hard because you're dramatic.
Freshman year, I don't know, because I had that in middle school, so I don't know. Sophomore year was okay. It was kind of me getting used to what high school is and where everything is. Hot tip, if you don't know where your classes are, ask somebody because they won't care.
Yeah, you think that an upperclassman's gonna be like, ugh, look at this garbage human asking me where their class is. Really, if you went up to them, they're gonna be so nice to you. They're gonna be like, oh, I'll walk you to your class because then I don't have to be in my class.
Yeah.
Also, it's not hard to find your classes.
What I did instead of, because I suck at remembering where to go and what class is next, I wrote it in Sharpie.
Oh, I made mine my home screen on my phone.
Junior year is the hardest year.
Definitely.
Because you're doing ACTs, SATs, college stuff. They're like, okay, start thinking about college. What are you going to do after you graduate?
I still don't even know what I'm doing. I know I'm going to college, but do I know how college works? No.
I don't either. If you have advice for college, please let me know.
Yeah, leave it in the comments. I'm scared.
Because you grind in your junior year, and then your senior year, you're just chilling. How to manage mental health and get decent grades at the same time. Did you just assume that I get decent grades and...
Did you assume my mental health status? I'm calling my lawyer.
How to deal with senioritis or just procrastinating in general.
Honestly, I don't know. I have horrible tips. I did not do good.
I did not either, but fear drives me. We're oh no, that assignment's due in an hour. And then the fear of failing drives you to actually do stuff.
Yeah. Mental health wise, couldn't tell you either. I was a wreck. That's how I got through high school. I just cried a lot.
Nothing is wrong with crying. Even if you do it in class, go to the bathroom. Yeah, if there's another person in there, go to a different bathroom.
Yeah, if you have a mental breakdown in class, no one's gonna care.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, hey, are you okay? And you'll just be like, yeah, I'm going through something.
I'll be like, I can relate. That's a mood. I know everyone says it gets better, but it really does. High school sounds really difficult and you think it's never gonna end. And I was gonna give bully advice, but I never had a bully. So I don't know.
You were a bully.
I made fun of your eyeshadow once and I don't even remember it. I'm not a bully. It really does get better. You think that your life sucks and it is horrible, but it's kind of just left in the past. You don't really remember it.
How do you keep friendships if you don't have any classes with them?
I feel if they're your real friends, then it's not hard.
Yeah, they will go out of their way to be hey, do you want to eat lunch together? Or hey, do you want to hang out after school?
We had one class together and we ate lunch together almost every day. And we still hang out now. It never was a problem.
So at the end of my junior year, and I didn't have any friends, because I cut myself off. And also, Joey graduated that year, so I was my senior year, I'm gonna be so lonely. I'm gonna be so lonely!
Yeah, but then we became friends. I remember you talking to me about that, and you being I'm gonna have no one to hang out with. Because you hang out with, different people, and I was I kinda hate the other people I hang out with.
Yeah, I just hung out with you a lot, and Noelle a lot.
And you hung out with your brother.
Yeah, but also, he hates people, and
that's
I was
true.
saying, oh my gosh, he doesn't have any friends.
Your brother had so many friends, and he just ignored all of them.
Yeah, in the library, they'd be hey, Brody, and go to sit by him, and he's me sit by me, sit by me.
Yeah, I wish I had that problem, that I had to ignore people because they wanted to be my friends.
I think that's it. We kind of did advice, but it was mostly just high school stories. Thank you for watching. If you like Koen, go check him out. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you like him, I don't know.
Follow me on Instagram. Follow my Twitter.
For what?
I retweet funny things.
No, you don't. But go check him out and go check my stuff out because I'm better than him.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna delete this again.
No!
Smash that dislike button.
The like button?
Dislike? Are you saying dislike? Because that's what I'm getting.
Subscribe, smash that like button, hit that bell, comment other advice, stories. If you have college advice, I need that. Koen needs that.
I need that a lot.
Anything else that would be helpful or just funny in general. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.